Hello, this is Sheshasam from Retrograde Mysore. As I have written on the board, today I will be taking class on Saturn in the second house. So, the main points for the second house, the food, Annasthana, speech, Vaksthana, family, Kutumbasthana, wealth, Dhanasthana. All these are the major faculties, that is the significations of the second house. Trading and speculation is the Bhava principle from the fifth. So if I take Saturn in the second, so the fifth house, which is for speculation, from there Saturn goes to the 10th. So let us understand like this, yeah. So if Saturn in the North Indian chart, so if Saturn is in the second house, the fifth house is here. So from there if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is the karma sthana, that is the actions for the fifth house, and the fifth house is for speculation, creative thinking, and what else, and then it results in wealth. So trading and speculation which may result in wealth, that's what has been written down there. So the next one is honesty in character. A person with Saturn in the Lagna, dead honest person, but whether the second house also will give you the same kind of quality. So let us check. Ailments, if any, if we have, if the person is going to go through any difficult ailments. So let us go one by one slowly today, so that we'll understand, because Saturn is a tough planet to understand, and once you understand that, you'll understand a major part of the chart. So Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu, these are the three most important placements for us to understand. As we understand the 6th, 8th, and the 12th houses, so I'll not equate Saturn to 6, 8, 12, but still as important as that. So I've just made a small bit of paper so that I can give you and not leave out any points. So, food. I will take all the 4 major avastas of Saturn here. If Saturn is very well posited, let us say, what is good, bad? So people keep asking me whether if Saturn is to be well posited, then what it is. Exaltation position, Mulatrikona sthana in the friend's house, or associated with a friend in a friend's house, is said to be a good, well, happy, posited Saturn. So what is bad then? Saturn, if it is weakly posited in an enemy's house, if it is posited along with an enemy, or if it is posited in a bad house, but here we are talking only about the second house. So second house is a neutral house for Saturn, but still it's not such a great position, but still it's a position wise Saturn usually becomes a little weak in the second, but still we will take it as a neutral position. And if Saturn is malefically associated, then what is malefically associated with let us say a retro Venus, or a Rahu, a Ketu, or if it is combust, then it becomes weak, and also it goes through Kupita Avastha, that is, it becomes very angry, agitated. Rather than angry, we call it frustrated and agitated. So the native also gets those qualities. So this is a wide range of avastas of any planet. So this is a very big subject, avastas. I will come to that after I finish all these planets and their houses. I will come to avastas and slowly explain each avasta for each planet. It's a very detailed subject. Astrology is not that you can jump into astrology, swim the next day itself, and you can tell that I know everything about it. I myself don't know everything about it. I am still a student. I am still learning. Every day I sit and study for a long number of hours. So, research is a continuous process. Being a student, a continuous process. But I am also teaching so that people can catch up, get some of what I have studied. So, it's not that I am teaching everything. So, whatever I know, I am teaching. And whatever I feel is right, I am teaching. So people cannot argue telling that it's some other book, something else is written. So please. So if it is well posited, if it is good, let us say good. If Saturn is very well posited, then they are in strict diet. They will like strict diet. whatever community they come from, whether they are eating non-veg, veg, I am not that much worried about these things, in particularly with regard to Saturn in the second house. But they are very strict with their diet, that they don't overeat. They are routine, they eat perfect diet when it is good. In good, you have a retro Saturn who is good. Let us say, if retro Saturn is also very well posited in the second house, you know, then it becomes extreme. So what is extreme? So they go into choosing, and selecting, sorting out, and they will be very strict, stubborn with regard to their food habits. So they become stubborn. You cannot simply feed them anything. So here these people have a strict diet, they are very, flexible. So whatever is available, they will choose the best and then simply sit and silently eat. So these people become very stubborn when it is retro. So this is direct. So let us go there. So let us say now it is badly posited with, a malefic planet sitting. So if a malefic planet is sitting, it is like whatever. So it's like usually we call this junk, and I don't like that word, but still, I can't associate that word with food, but it's become a slang which has been used everywhere. So junk. So it's like whatever. And whatever also means that it might be stale, or it might be, food which was left over or kept over in the refrigerator, or you prepare food, keep it in the refrigerator for a long number of days, keep on taking a part of it, heat it and eat it. So this is also, stale. It's not that food will always be putrefied or stale. Any food, as per the Vedic system, if you are eating any food after 3 hours of its preparation, we call that it is already becoming stale. So it is turning towards becoming stale. So because in the Vedic system or in the regular Indian cuisine, we do not add preservatives. Our preservatives are salt and sugar, and we do not add any other preservatives there. So lemon is a preservative. So we keep adding regular organic preservatives like vegetables itself, which can actually preserve themselves. So we do not add preservatives here. Chemical preservatives. We do not add them at all in our food. So what is stale is like, let's say, leftover or kept for a long time, kept in refrigerators or something like that. So that food is going to give trouble, but still they would prefer to eat more, pungent kind of food when it is badly posited along with Rahu, along with Sun combust in the second house. Usually they would turn to, food which is more sour, bitter, and having a strong taste rather than a bland and simple taste. So these are all high details, but still. So let us go into a weak Saturn. A weak Saturn is like they don't have a say. Whatever they get, hostile food. Let us say hostile food. It's easier to explain. They are dependent now. You do not choose it. It's what you are getting. So it's hostile food. So let's say it's easier to say that these people are not having a choice. So that's when it is weak. So same thing, if you go into the diet of with regard to the speech, these people, when it is good and very well posited, these people have a stable, speech, and they are no, it's the valued speech. It's having value. They simply don't talk. They simply tell something. So when it is retro, it becomes controversial. Controversial. Controversial speech. I don't know. I was speaking of controversial. As people said that I am not good in English, so it's okay. Controversial speech. So, or conflicting speech. So, and sometimes rude, point blank, rude. And these people, which when it is good, they are stable in speech and they have value, but they are frank. They say what is to be said. They don't hide anything. Saturn does not hide anything. It does not want to hide. But it does not mean that if you have a strong Saturn, that you will keep revealing everybody's truth everywhere. No. A retro weak Saturn, a retro Saturn which is malefically associated, or a retro Saturn which is weakly posited, debilitated retro Saturn along with a wrong planet like a Mars, or because debilitation happens in Aries. So if it is sitting with Rahu or something, then they will start speaking things which are not related to them. So they start arguing. So this is here. And then if it is weak, then they stammer. And there is speech difficulties. Difficulties in talking properly. That's speech difficulties is that it is not communication here. This is speech, walk sthana. The word walk, walk is nothing but walk. VOICE, voice. So it is for the vocal cords and the modulation, the sound, the speech, the tone, and all these things, and also the way they speak. Just comes here. So it's not communication. What they speak and how they communicate with people will fall into the third house. But a little bit how they speak comes into the second house. So okay, let us go into the family. Usually Saturn in the second house, which is well posited, they are very close to their families. So if it is well posited, I think I don't have space here, but anyway, let me see. Yes. So if it is good, so they are very close to their family, they are very close, they highly knitted with their family, they love their family, they take up the responsibilities of the family. So if it is good, they are very responsible. They take up the family business, they take up the family loans, they will repay them, they take it up, they don't think that it's a headache, they take it up like with love. It's like it's their responsibility, it's like their duty actually. Particularly, it is duty bound with regard to repayments of loans and all those things for the family. So if it is retrograde in the second house, usually people, they are away from the family for a long time, like hostel living, boarding, for schooling. So that's how the family background, the signification of the family gets affected, or it gets transformed because of the placement of Saturn. So we have another point here, that they will be eating food prepared by others, that I have already explained there. And if it is weak, they don't have a choice, and if it is strong, they have a choice, and if it is retro, they are very stubborn. Whatever the choice is given, they will choose or stay hungry. So that's a different issue. Now, if it is good, there is a chance that they'll again go abroad or stay away from the family, but it will be favorable. If it is retro or if it is bad, it may not be favorable as per their liking. The hostel facilities or whatever, they would be, a little bit of dissatisfaction will be there. So with regard to wealth, it's a very big chapter with regard to wealth. Let us go into that particular thing. I don't know why I wrote it in a piece of paper. I've done it today. Like this. Yeah. So they have to work hard. Why will they have to work hard? Let us go into this particular point. This is a very a nice point to understand from the chart. Hardships have to be seen from bhavat bhava principle. So the fifth house and the ninth house gives comfort in a person's life. Third house shows activity, and now Saturn is in the 12th from the third house, so it is trying to destabilize the activity of the person. And also from the ninth house, Saturn is in the sixth. So if this is the ninth house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is in the sixth house. So from the ninth house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is well posited from the ninth house with regard to father and all the things, but it is not well posited from the 10th house. And why it is not well posited from the 10th house? This is the 10th, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is in the Kendra. It actually aspects the Kendra. So Saturn, when it aspects any house, it promotes it. It actually promotes it. But it is Saturn. It is not a happy moon in the second house, or it is not Jupiter in the second house. It is Saturn. So Saturn makes you toil in the soil. That's what we keep telling. Toil in the soil. Hard work. It is back-breaking hard work. So hard labor, meticulous routine jobs, construction engineers, doctors. Doctors go through very hard work. If anybody thinks that being a doctor is a posh, stylish, job, please think twice. It is not an easy job. It's not an easy job. You will have to understand how to be psychologically strong to go through so many ups and downs in a surgeon's or a doctor's job. So doctor's jobs, metal trading, government offices, routine meticulous work, meeting people very often. Have to listen to them. Listening is the greatest thing Saturn can do, and it will anyway give that type of a job. Counseling, counselors, and family business in hardware, commodities, facility management, many things. So Saturn, when it is aspecting the 10th house, it will promote the 10th house. It will promote the 8th house. It will promote the 4th house. So these are the aspects of Saturn. The third aspect, the 7th aspect, and the 10th aspect. So these are all promotion, beautiful aspect of Saturn, which actually promotes those houses. But the second house will become heavy. That's why we tell duty, very heavy house it becomes. So next we go into trading, and I'll have to finish off well. Yeah, sudden speculation or for trading and speculation. Sudden speculation or investment into anything should be avoided if the fifth house is badly posited with this particular combination of Saturn in the second house. And also the placement of Mars. Fifth house and fifth lord have to be checked, and the placement of Mars and Mercury. This is for finance and economy, particularly for liquid cash, sudden investments. And Mars has to be checked for trading. And if these are weak, do not go into speculations, because sudden loss can happen within the Dasha Bhukti, that's the planetary period of Saturn, where Saturn might have a 6-8 combination with another planet. So let us say if a planet is sitting here, so let us say Rahu is sitting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Saturn, Dasha and Rahu Bhukti, like I have written it here now in Libra. So Saturn Dasha and Rahu Bhukti, or Rahu Dasha and Saturn Bhukti, would be a little tough for these people, because it is sitting in the 7th house. It might be somewhere else also. The 6-8 position would be very tough for Saturn. So that has to be very clearly understood. Whether these people are honest, and whether it is afflicted if Saturn is in the second house, they are very honest. Saturn in the second house, usually I have seen people dead honest, with a little rude when it is retrograde and it is posited along with hot planets like Sun and Mars. but they are very smooth and soft speaking if it is posited along with Moon, Venus, and Mercury. So it's a good position for speech if it is well posited, and it's an hopeless position for speech if it is badly posited, because they cannot talk well and their tone is always bad if it is badly posited. So honesty, yes, they are very honest. Character-wise, they are fantastic. No problem with regard to their characters. But intake of food, they may drink alcohol or any other, stale subject, stale. They like it if it is badly positive. If it is badly positive. So this is all. These things are to be understood by seeing the chart in detail, not simply jumping into conclusions. So please. So they, if it is very weak, then they will tell lies for their convenience. Not for any advantage. They will tell lies for their convenience. Just what we keep telling, no, to miss that particular, to not get caught in the particular situation. So for that particular time. So yeah, with regard to ailments, they can go through problems of the eye, because the second house is the eye, and the right eye in particular, but eyes sight cataracts. They can also go through gum problems of the teeth, because the second house is the teeth. They can also have problems of breathing in the nose, nasal cavity problems, sinusitis, and sinusitis, which might lead to blockages and chronic headaches. It might be because of the eyes, it might be because of the nasal cavity also. So these are all the things which we will have to see when Saturn is posited in the second house. So thank you very much for today's class.